My project is about women and peace building in Bosnia and Herzegovina. And since very little is being said about women's peace activism and their contribution in rebuilding relationships and their communities after the terrible war from 1992 to 1995 in the Balkans region, I decided to do something to bring on the surface the positive narratives of the country, because Bosnia is known around the globe by the war, crimes, prosecutions, and there are very little about positive development in the field. And I have to say, as someone who grew up there and who spent the war there and the post-war period, there are some positive changes, and I want these positive changes to be known and to serve as a lesson, not only for future generation in my country, but also for other post-conflict countries. I knew all of these women before, and I worked with most of them as a human rights activist in the field, but I didn't want to select them on my own. As a researcher, I wanted to have some evidences. Therefore, I decided to do preliminary research and the baseline study in 15 cities, asking people in the streets, who you recognize as a peace builder in your local community. And unfortunately, only 20% of respondents were able to recognize one of the women, which means that 20 years after the war, basically their work is not visible enough. It's not valued enough, it's not recognized enough. They do not sit around negotiation tables, but they do most of the work. All of these women emphasize the importance of humanity and the approach they employed in providing support for the other human beings. So most of them are religious, but they said that they operated and they worked as agnostics in their peace work. Their courage to do something during the war and after the war was something really impressive, because thousands and thousands of other women and men haven't done anything in that respect. And there is, I believe, something special in these women. But most of them told me that they believe that this sparkle of humanity is part of every human being, but sometimes under the hardship of life, it is suppressed and is not visible enough. So what they think that their role was to encourage that sparkle in other human beings, to help them to do something. And they basically believe that only if you have faith and vision, you can accomplish so much. Many people today, provide different kinds of support, but these tiny moments of intimate relationships with other human beings, when you recognize other human being, that very moment is something what is crucial. And in that moment, you can expect changes, transformation. And these women made transformation of their lives, but also the lives of people they encountered through their peace journey.